One of the freed teachers says the terrorists released them before security operatives arrived. The narrative prior to this time is the federal government maintaining that this was indeed a rescue operation, and that's what we've reported. An operation with arrest and no prison exchange. How should Nigerians interpret these seemingly conflicting narratives? Do you think both can exist as the truth?
Well, both can exist as the truth because, see, it's fluid. The situation is very, very fluid. You know, some of them can say, oh, we're almost releasing them. And then, of course, the security agents came in and then did everything. One important thing you have to realize is that the operation itself, you know, was one that was squeezing life out of the terrorists. They were totally surrounded in that forest. And as they move in, they cut off all their food supplies, they cut off all their communication, you know, links. And they were, in fact, they don't have much options, you know, so they could tell you that, oh yeah, we were almost releasing them, but they knew that they've lost the game.
Just how much operational detail should security agencies disclose after such operations, especially listening to what some Nigerians are saying?
Well, I think Nigerians should be happy that we're even discussing this, because some of these things could be classified for years before we hear them. But the DSS is able to, come out and even talk about it. Other people that are in the know are talking about it. The military is talking about it. So at least this just to inform the public, because there are a lot of people who are still believing otherwise, you know, who don't believe that the security agencies can do what they did. And let me tell you, terrorists exist, and one of their major objectives is publicity. And of course, the Nigerian press, especially social media now, is giving them all the publicity they need. And we cannot continue doing that. And I think the military has come out to talk about it because they feel that they should at least tell the Nigerian public what is going on. Otherwise, some of these things could be classified for years before they even come to public knowledge.
But security operatives will need all of the support of majority of Nigerians, right? Do you think they carry a burden to convince them some more, or they don't care?
My country people, fellow Nigerians, I beg you, listen attentively. Within the last 1 week plus, about 3 major incidents don't happen for this country, which the government will not want you to talk about. They want everybody to quickly move on because they have a master class in cover up and moving on. So there will be a lot of distraction and confusion. It is a good ground for manipulation. But I dare here to remind you that say, until Nigerians answer these questions and address these issues, this country is not moving anywhere. Because these 3 incidents highlight the major reason why Nigeria is where it is today with all the wealth of this country. 1, insecurity. 2, corruption. 3, injustice. Number 1, make una no forget, say, after spending 56 days in the hands of kidnappers in the bush, they finally released the children and the teachers from Oriire Community School for Oyo State. After all the back and forth, some people will ask, say, what really happened? Were they rescued or were they released? Some people say it's not important. The important question is that they are out. Government released video of army. These people, they do combat exercise and all that. Well, anyway, the governor of the state, Engineer Seyi Makinde, come out to publicly call, say he wants an independent investigation. He called on United Nations, say make independent organization investigate the circumstances surrounding the kidnap and release of those children. That is the governor of the state, who according to them is the chief security officer of the state, with all the information available to him, is casting doubts as to the exact incident that led to the kidnap and rescue of those children. That he does not trust even the Nigerian government's own information. He is calling on independent investigation. The governor of the state. The Senate, they quickly say no, they no go agree. Everybody, they try to see how they go deflect and ensure that waiting the governor talk should not stand. But the Oyo State government is insisting that they need an independent investigation. Make una not forget, say the same day they carry children from Oyo State, they also carried about 40 children from Mosa community for Borno State. Borno State, which is the home state of the vice president. Somehow that news did not stay in the limelight. It was Oyo State. Somehow the same insecurity were under Jonathan Tinubu said the responsibilities stop at the desk of President Jonathan, he should resign. Under this one, APC Affliction Progressive Congress people, they say that it is due to the irresponsibility of the state governor. Anyway, Punch, the report now say, some of the teacher, one of the teacher where they interview talk say, that no be say they go rescue them, that the terrorists don't already release them, can't keep for somewhere before government can't collect them. That is according to Punch report. So when people were asking the question, is it release or rescue? Some people say there is no need. Until they answer the questions, Nigerians will never know the secrets and what exactly we call insecurity and kidnapping in this country. The country cannot move forward. Number two, somebody came out and accused the chief of staff to the president about corruption, about how they were able to open a so-called fake agency under the presidency. With all of the calisthenics wey happen, get accommodation for federal secretariat, somehow the president rush come out and say he don't clear the chief of staff, who was the person who the so-called fake DG kept mentioning, and then he said that we have told ICPC to now investigate. So now they don't carry the so-called fake DG, their own DG. It can't be like saying now only him now he did this thing. Any investigation where does not involve the chief of staff taking himself out of that office and submitting himself for independent investigation is a waste of everybody's time. So after you as Chief Tinubu don't come out and talk, say you have full confidence in your chief of staff, are you expecting the ICPC to come out and give a report that counters what you have already said? You people are deceiving yourself because Oriburuku Lenshe, Oshi Lenshe, all of this whitewashing when they try to do, it is all an exercise in futility because the corruption is grand and it will continue because now the one way boss now they talk about. Number three, a young girl died in the residence of a serving minister. That same minister no submit himself to police or anything. He rather come out for TV. They grant interview, they boast. He said that any person who even talk about it, they threaten her, he go use law. Let us imagine for 1 minute, send a minister daughter die in the house of a poor person. In fact, they don't ask this question to police before. This is Officer Bright Edafe. He said the thing no go funny you until the investigation and autopsy report come out. You go feel them well. But somehow ministers are above the law. People that are standing on the mandate or Buruku mandate are above the law. They know they feel them. Now poor man they feel them. A girl where they talk say she they work with Federal Medical Center, be the Ministry of Health. Somehow is in the residence of a minister. Somehow he died. The minister they come and contact say he was on phone with the boyfriend. He was on phone with this. Were you there? Was it a three-way call? Were you there at the point where they talk with the boyfriend? All of this investigation, nobody is talking about it. They don't even see, say now the family Abifa that they go swear affidavit to say that there should be no investigation. Strange circumstances that nobody has ever seen before somehow is unfolding before our eyes, but they want nobody to talk about it. Nigerians, shine your eyes. I just want to remind una say, if we do not answer these questions, whether today, tomorrow, in the future, Nigeria is going nowhere because this is the foundation of all the crises where these people they use to destroy this country. Insecurity, corruption, and injustice. My name is Peter for Nigeria. Oriburuku Lenshe Affliction Progressive Congress.